Last night, I saw Prince's Sign of the Times movie in IMAX, but today we went to see it at the Science Museum of Minnesota's Omnitheater.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to our last showing of Prince's Sign of the Times.
Since I was at the Science Museum, I couldn't help but notice all the ways science shows up in the film, and here's what stood out. Of course, there's the obvious, all the neon signs and that plasma ball both give off classic 80s science vibes. But as I watched, I found deeper layers of science woven in.
Hello, Uptown, and welcome!
For starters, every time Prince jumps, we're seeing a segment of an incomplete elliptical orbit around the center of the Earth. If the stage and the ground disappeared, he would complete an orbit once every 88 minutes.
Shut up already! Damn!
Then there's the physics. Every slide, every spin is a little equation solved in real time. Speed, angle, momentum, friction, balance. But the real miracle is how incredible our bodies are. How bones, muscles, and energy combine to turn simple mechanics into something that looks like pure magic. Even the voice is science. Our vocal cords vibrate at different frequencies, giving us a whole spectrum of sound. High notes, low notes, and those raw, powerful screams. Guitars work the same way as our vocal cords, strings vibrating at different frequencies to create notes, chords, and entire worlds of sound. And it's not just guitars. Every instrument on that stage is built on vibration and on a deeper partnership between people and the planet. Wood, metal, skin, and reeds transformed into music by human hands. And can we talk more about those drums? Every single hit sets off vibrations that ripple through the air. The size, shape, and material all impact the pitch and the tone. Even what strikes the surface changes the frequency, the resonance, and the character of the sound wave. Just like sound, color is all about waves too. Our eyes can see a whole spectrum, each shade determined by the wavelength of light. Short waves give us blues and violets, longer waves deliver the orange and reds, and everything in between becomes the palette we see on stage. Prince's use of mirrors, whether as stage props or fashion accessories, adds another layer of science to the show. Mirrors don't just reflect back an image, they redirect and bend light through refraction. What begins as a single beam of light transforms into something bigger, brighter, and more complex. Speaking of fashion, can we just take a moment to think about the science that makes it all possible? Metals are heated, shaped, and polished into accessories. Every fabric on that stage started as raw material. It was woven, dyed, and transformed into texture and color. Fashion designers even take advantage of psychology and optical illusions, like using vertical stripes to make people look taller. And then there's the science of beauty itself. Shout out to the cosmetic chemists and product developers who create the makeup and hair products behind these iconic looks. None of it happens without science. There's chemistry happening in the crowd too. Every lighter reminds us that energy never disappears, it just changes forms. Your thumb's mechanical energy creates friction. Friction produces thermal energy. That heat unlocks chemical energy in the fuel, and the reaction is released as both heat and radiant light. The synchronicity in the audience could take us down an entirely different rabbit hole. Neuroscience shows that when people sing, clap, or dance in unison, our brains release endorphins and dopamine. That shared rhythm is a primitive response that once helped humans create a sense of community and improve their chances of survival. And of course, this is only scratching the surface. There's also the engineering of the set, the use of smoke machines and hydraulics, the technology behind microphones and amplifiers. even the air resistance that shapes the way flower petals fall when Bonnie drops them. And maybe the most astonishing science of all, the simple fact that we can sit here decades later and witness a performance from 38 years ago as if no time has passed. I've been thinking a lot lately about something Einstein said, that you can look at life as though nothing is a miracle or as though everything is. Experiencing Sign of the Times through the lens of science has made me a firm believer that everything is a miracle.
Don't die without knowing